Hello, good evening. Thank you guys for those who are tuning in tonight. Tonight, the live is going to be on investing. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about investing. Last week, we talked about savings, how to save your money, how to budget, a little bit on investing. This week, we're going to take a deep dive into investing itself. So, thank you guys for joining my live. 1 second. For those who don't know me, my name is Kayla Joshua. I am a financial services mentor. The name of my company is Knowledge Solutions, and I focus on teaching small business owners, which we have a lot of, especially, like I said, since the pandemic. I teach them how to earn 100K in 90 days using my framework called the Power Program. And good evening. Can't see who it is. Hang on 1 second. All right, but so I just wanted to go into investing tonight because a lot of us aren't taught about investing and how to invest the money that we do get. Sometimes we come into investments, when people in our family pass away or say we get into an accident or things of that nature, and we have this large amount of money and we don't know what to do with it. So I wanted to touch a little bit on that subject tonight. Now, let me see here, make my screen bigger so I can actually see. As we all know, we live in a capitalistic society. The United States itself came about when Great Britain sent most of what they would consider the rejects to the United States to build a new country and see what resources and land we had in the US. So the United States itself is built on capitalism. So it's all based on trade. The people with the money being the investors and everybody else making money off, from everyone else. So the goal is to increase the profit for anybody that owns property. Now, we all go shopping all the time. We go to Nike, we buy Jordans, we buy this, we buy this. Hey, Jonice. Hey, Atanya. Hey, Mary. We purchase all these items, but we're not getting any money from the money that we spend on these items that we're purchasing every single day, which isn't fair to us. So, we always talk about being a boss, being a CEO of a company, being an owner, but we don't talk about how do you become the owner of these companies? How do you make money by the simple purchases that you make? Me personally, I didn't know much about investing a long time ago, and I did come across a little bit of extra income before I started my side hustle. And what I did learn about, hey, Naika, I learned about how to calculate a PE ratio. So you would look at a stock in the stock market to determine if it's a good one to purchase and what's not good to purchase. And I can show you guys how to calculate that as well. As a matter of fact, a light bulb just went off in my head. I need to send that budget sheet to a couple of people from last week. But nevertheless, the goal is to make money because you have to spend and purchase these items anyway. What I always suggest, and I tell people, think about the companies that you frequent the most. Hey, Shakoya, I know I personally like Starbucks. Got to get my tall hot caramel macchiato. So when I was looking into stocks, I was like, I want to get stocks in Starbucks. I shop on Amazon all the time. I want to get, shares in Amazon. When you're thinking of investing, this is money that's going to sit there for a while. It's not going anywhere. But what they don't teach us is that most people don't just buy single shares, and that I didn't know. I have a lot of single shares. I purchase on apps like Robinhood and things like that. But the best way to buy stocks and leave a legacy for your family is to buy them in bulk, where that way the money is continuously coming in and you're able to save that money. So that's the goal at the end of the day. Even billionaires, they don't buy individual stocks like most of us do, and they're not checking the stock market each and every day. Honestly, buying stocks is like gambling because you don't know if the stocks are going to increase. You don't know if they're going to decrease. So you're taking that risk. But if you don't know what you're looking for, we're prone to just purchase things. So like I stated earlier, think about companies that you frequent. If you do want to start off buying individual, think about companies that you frequent where you would like to invest your money in, because now you're purchasing, basically you're buying into your own business because you own a share of that company. You own a piece of the pie. So what I wanted to get into today is called index funds. So it's a way to automatically invest in the stock market and reap the benefits over time. Like I said, the goal is to leave a legacy and leave funds for your children, your grandchildren, so on and so forth. So like a sample of index funds would be like the S&P 500, Dow Jones, NASDAQ. So I'm pretty sure you guys heard of those companies before, but really don't know how they work. And it's kind of like buying a lot of individual stocks at one whole time, which means the risk of you losing your money is lower because you're investing in multiple companies at one time, and the returns are averaging about 7% interest rate. Like it's hard to get a 7% interest rate right now, even at the bank. Interest rates are going up, and only due to what's going on right now with the stock market. But that's not that's not an average interest rate that people are gaining money off of. So that way, like I said, you're getting money for your money sitting there, because in the regular savings account, the interest rate is 0.001 or 0.005. So like when you're looking at your bank account and you're seeing that little 2 cent and that 3 cent come in, it's because that's the interest rate that they're giving you on the funds, hey Lonnie, that's sitting in your savings account. Whereas if you invest these same funds, like I said, keep in mind this is where people have money put to the side that's not looking to spend this money anytime soon. If you invest that same money into an index fund, which is multiple companies at one time, and you get to choose, depending on which index you choose, then you'll be able to get more bang for your buck. So what I personally suggest, based on some research, is some Vanguard stocks. Now, VTSAX, you can look that up on Yahoo Shares. You can look it up on, depending on what company you use. I have Ally Financial. I use them for stocks. I use Robinhood, just depending on who you have your stocks with. VTSAX is one that I suggest and refer, and that is an interest rate of between 7 and 8%. But the minimum investment in that share is about $3,000. Now, I do know a lot of us don't have $3,000 laying around. There is another option to start off with called BTI. That minimum is like $1,000. You don't have to have 3,000. So like I said, just leaving your money in a regular savings account or a money market account, it doesn't get as much interest that you would get if you put it in one of these index funds. I don't know if you guys are that familiar with life insurance. I am going to be doing a webinar on life insurance soon, but a lot of your life insurance policies are attached to these index funds. So if those stock markets change, it affects the amount of your life insurance policy. So even if you don't have the money to invest right now, you do want to start learning more about stocks and shares, because a lot of your policies are attached to these funds. So it says, after a while, you'll be receiving thousands of dividends on the money that you spend to live your dream lifestyle. So basically, when the stocks start balancing out and you start getting that 7 and 8%, that money goes right back into that account. And so you will be in a position where you're living off the money that's just sitting, hey, Nisha, sitting in your bank account, your shares. So I know a lot of people are selfish and they're thinking about the here and the now. Well, I don't care about my kids or my grandkids. I want to know about me. There's certain type of insurance policies that are where you can get money off of it right now too, called IULs. That's a lot for a whole nother day. Hey, Keith. But those all are attached to the stock market. So, keeping your, like say, your family and your kids in mind, they may not want to, live in a house that you currently have and leave it as an asset. They may not want the job or business that you have that you can leave to your children. They may want something on their own. So if you set it up right now, no matter what age you are, and you start creating these accounts where the money is going into the stocks, like I said, not individual shares, but the stocks, then you'll be able to leave enough money for them to be able to do what they want to do and fund whatever their dream is. So it's not based off of what you want it to be. Now, don't get me wrong, you can put some type of stipulation on it if you were to pass away and something like that, but that's to each his own. But this is still giving you an opportunity to leave that generational wealth. So definitely look into BTSAX and BTI. Those are the main two where you can get a lot of bang for your buck, and you definitely going to get a good interest rate on those shares. Now, different type of investment accounts. I know a lot of people have investment accounts with their jobs. So definitely, if your job matches, like 401k, 3%, 2%, you want to take the max because that's free money. So why not do it? You want to open up any type of retirement account because it brings down your AGI, meaning your annual gross income. So say if you make 70,000 a year, but you invested 10,000 of that in stocks, instead of the IRS taxing you on that 70,000, you'll be taxed on the 60,000 because 10,000 of that money, hey, Latanya, 10,000 of that money went into stocks. So it helps to give you a tax deduction automatically when you have these investment accounts. Roth IRAs, you can open up on your own at whoever you bank with, whatever your financial institution is. You can even open up Roth IRA CDs where you can get more dividends on top of being able to save as a tax deduction. Now, for Roth, it's after tax money. So the money that you put in a Roth account has already been taxed. So you won't get taxed on it or anything like that as long as you withdraw after the age of 60. And I did leave a couple examples of some companies you can choose from if you don't have any companies that you know offhand. Some companies to choose from to get these type of stocks are Vanguard, Schwab, which is a lot of people are very familiar with these three, and Fidelity. An example I left in here is if you're single and you earn less than 140K, so 140,000, or if you're married filing jointly and you make under 208,000, you can invest up to 6,000 a year. So like I said, that amount that you can invest helps bring down your AGI, which of course decreases and puts you in a different tax bracket. So start investing now, even if you don't have a lot to invest. Look at those two I told you about, even especially the VTI, and start even if you have just $1,000, because that will help. You bring down the amount of income it's showing you are making and reporting to the IRS. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, once again, my name is Kayla Joshua. I am a financial services mentor. So any small businesses, whether you're in the tax business like myself, credit restoration, I do LLC setups, and I just got licensed to do life insurance. Currently, I'm licensed in 3 states. I'm licensed in Nevada, Georgia, and Arkansas. And I actually just did a life insurance policy in the state of Illinois. So I'm originally from Chicago. So, if you have any financial questions, by all means, like I said, shoot me an inbox and let me know. I will definitely assist you. Hey, Laronza. Or if you would like to set up some type of consultation, you can definitely reach me at joinkayla.com or the website listed here. That's kind of long, so that's why I always just send people to joinkayla.com, and that's my phone number. Before I go, did anybody have any particular questions about stocks and investing? I know I kind of went over it a little bit quick, but to be on the safe side, I don't want to not answer anyone's questions. You're welcome, Janika. Let's see here. Hey, Amanda, I didn't see that. Oh, you have a question on business credit, Nisha? What's your question? Did I do, I'm trying to remember if I did a live on business credit or not. I can't remember. But what's the question on business credit? I know Facebook is delayed sometimes, so. You think I did do one on business credit? I think I did too. Not 100% sure. You welcome, Jonice. I'm trying to think. While I'm waiting on Nisha's question, did anybody else have any other questions pertaining to investments or in general? I need to start working on my business credit and need assistance. Okay, so that's not hard. The question, you could definitely inbox me or call me. You have my personal number. But when you need to work on business credit, let's just make sure first and foremost, hey Naika, what's your question? You have the business structure properly. So before you can even, hey Tracy, before you can even start establishing and building business credit, the business has to be structured properly. And when I say properly, that means a physical address. You can't use your home address if you want huge lines of credit for your business. You can use a virtual address, but you have to make sure it's a legit company. You can't use companies that show up like a PO box, like iPostal. You have to have an actual business phone number that you get, using your EIN. It can't be a Google number or anything like that, a text me number, because that will deter you from getting good lines of business credit. So you don't want anything like that. You have to have your business name has to match to a T what the IRS has on file compared to what you have on file with the state that you're residing in. Like it can't say the name of my business is Index Street, spelled STREET. It has to have Index ST, and everything has to match to a T. So even before you start working on business credit, which that's another service I offer as well. What I do and what my company does, Knowledge Solutions, is make sure your business is structured properly so you can get the huge lines of credit. If you have your business structured properly, we will go through everything, look at your business bank account, so on and so forth. And you can get anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 in business credit within 6 to 9 months. But it's all based on structure. If that business is not, if anything is done wrong in the foundation, it's like a house. If that house is not, that foundation not solid, that business credit isn't going to go through. It's not going to work. And that was answering Nisha's question. It's a residential elderly facility. Oh, that'd be nice. But yeah, especially with something like that, that's a huge business that you're bringing on. You definitely have to make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Yes, I do have a couple of companies, Shakoya, I can recommend for virtual addresses. Just reach out to me and I can send you that information. Also, too, anybody on the live, hey, Sarisi, if you would like to do a business consultation, you can definitely contact me and I'll send you the link to schedule an appointment and we can do a consultation and go over, where you're lacking in your business, what you need to do in your business, and how you can get your business to, where you need it to be to leverage it properly. Because a lot of people were just throwing businesses out there, signing people up for LLCs, signing them up for this just to get the PPP and so on and so forth. And the business not businessing. Okay. It's like you might as well stay with a sole proprietorship because your business is not set up right. So I definitely can assist in that matter, but we would have to set up a consultation because everybody line of work and everybody business is different. So I just want to just throw information out there and it's not correct. Yeah, call me, sis. Hey, Jaleisha. Naika said, when you say buy it in bulk, how many at a time? So you don't even have to figure that out. So, I'm already on the same slide. So see right here, it says index fund, the sampling of stocks representing certain categories on the stock market called indexes. So it's the S&P 500, Dow Jones, and NASDAQ. So they're already in bulk in these indexes. So you're just purchasing the actual index. That's why it's called an index. So you don't have to figure out, I want to buy this stock, I want to buy that one, I want to buy this. Like you just go directly to, like I said, you can use Robinhood. You can go directly to whoever you use. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Naika. And you can type in BTI or you can type in BTSAX. Like I said, but for BTSAX, you have to have a minimum of 3,000. So they already have the stocks in bulk. So you're just purchasing that one share because it's already in an index, and you're going to get credit for all of the stocks that are in that share. So I purchased BTI not too long ago, And it's definitely, you can always keep track of it, but it definitely shows you how much money you made over a certain amount of time and so on and so forth. So that takes away all of the legwork. But if you do want to learn like about how to see if an individual stock or share is good, it's a way to calculate what's called a PE ratio. And I can send you information on that. And there's certain stocks you should purchase if you like, but before you purchase them, make sure that it has a good PE ratio before you put your money into that one stock and that one share. Hey, Madrid. Oh yeah, Nish, I know it's in California. It's just really a matter of getting started with the business credit. So did anyone else have any questions? I try not to go over 20 minutes because I know our attention span not that long. So did anyone else have any questions about investing before I go the next couple of minutes? Like I said, you're welcome. You can always reach out to me and I'll send you my appointment link to schedule that consultation. But this was some really good information because like about the stock market itself and index funds, I didn't know. I only knew about purchasing the individual shares, and I had no clue that billionaires didn't even do that. I'm thinking billionaires purchase individual shares, but they don't. They purchase the whole index because they don't want to take a loss of losing their money, and they want to get a good interest rate on it. So I'm going a route that they going because I don't have money to just throw away, but we can't just leave it in our savings account and get 20 cent, 15 cent, 10 cent every single month. Because I don't know if you guys are aware, when you have your money in a bank account, even if it's not in your savings and you're checking, they're taking that money, loaning it out to other people and charging them an interest rate of 10, 15% and making money off of your money sitting there. So they getting money off of your money and they're not giving you nothing from it. So why continue to make the bank rich when you can be the owner of that company? When you swipe in your card at McDonald's, you can have shares in McDonald's. You can have shares in Starbucks. You can have shares in Apple. I have a question. What about the hedge fund investments? That's a different investment type, and that's typically larger investing. Once again, it all depends on a personal preference, your age, and how much you have and want to invest, Shakoya. But I could definitely look into that as well for more clarification. But I just wanted to, let my people know, don't continue just to spend money, in Jordan and Nike and this and that. Own some shares and watch your money grow for you, before it's too late. Even when there's stock market crashes, that money eventually comes back. But this is money, like I said, you want to keep. Put me on your calendar, please. I want to learn. Girl, if you don't message me, Madrid, this is money that you can put to the side that you don't need right away. But if you know anything about Robert Kiyosaki's money quadrant, the person who makes the most money is not the employee, not the business owner. It's the investors. The investment is where the money is at. That's where all the money comes from. So you got to get to this point of investing. If you didn't see my live from last week, it starts with saving. So I taught people how to save first before we go into investing. So you can go back and watch that live. And then once you get to that point of investing and you have that, say 3 to 6 months worth of income saved up and you can start investing, then I would definitely follow back and rewatch this live, save it to your, I know it's a way to save it on Facebook some way, somehow. So that way, when you have the money to invest, you'll be able to go back. And if you didn't take notes today, of course, they say note takers are money makers. Then you have a way to go back and reference and see which accounts and which companies you can use to invest in. Yeah, the hedge funds is different from the different individual stocks, Shakoya. Absolutely. Hey, Arisha. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. You could have been anywhere on this Thursday night, but you did come here for these little 20 minutes. I said I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I really appreciate you. And if you have any topics that you would like to touch on, don't forget to inbox me that as well. As long as it's about financial literacy and, me and my community are learning together. That's all I really pretty much care about. Hey, Charlicia, but Once again, like I said, my name is Kayla Joshua. I am a financial services mentor, and the name of my company is Knowledge Solutions. So if you are a small business owner and you're making under 500K and you want to make more, you want to learn how to scale your business, definitely contact me and I will be able to assist you in that. And when I do come out with my mentorship program, I already have it. It's in the work. I'm just finishing up the platform. If you would like to sign up for that as well, let me know, because I'm already doing consultations for business coaching. You guys definitely are I really appreciate you guys coming tonight, and just have a good night. All right. Peace.